Yeah, mama overbirthed me, I had a crown. Yeah, this is my destiny plaguing out.
Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, jusDenyse. It's me, Denise, back with another braiding video. In today's video, I attempted knotless box braids for the first time. So I thought that I would record it, give you all some tips and tricks, and let you all see how my first time installing them went. So as usual, I am perfecting my parts with a shine and jam. This is just so that I can get a smooth, nice and neat straight part. I am a straight part perfectionist. I think that makes or breaks the style. Again, I'm currently using shine and jam. Actually, it's a new shine and jam. I will put it in the description box down below. It is specifically for braiding. I believe it's called Miracle Braids or something like that. I'm sorry, I don't have it with me, but I'll put it down in the description box. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and comment down below if you have any questions if I do not explain it or show it in this video. So first, we are going to start off with the first method. Now, with doing knotless box braids, it's just like feed-in braids. Now, with me starting off, of course, you start off with the client's natural hair. I just didn't add the hair immediately. I braided it twice, and then I start adding in the hair. And adding in the hair is just like you adding in hair for feed-in braids. You want to put it in between your index finger and your thumb, clamp it, and continue to braid down. Now, I know a lot of people may ask how many pieces of hair I put into my braid. It truly just depends on how thick you want your braid and the smoothness. So I like my braid very smooth, and I like for it to transition. That was what I had in my head. So with knotless box braids, again, they're supposed to look like they're coming out of your scalp. So all pieces are not the same size, but I will hit on that a little more in the later on in the video. So right here, again, I am just adding the hair as needed. I braid down a couple times, and I add the hair once, enough to get the width or the thickness of the braid that I want. Now, the benefits of knotless box braids, a lot of people ask, it's less tension on your hair, especially if you're someone with natural hair or you don't want your edges pulled out and things of that sort. I think knotless box braids are a great alternative. To me, it takes less hair, and they are definitely lighter than average box braids. So to me, those are some of the best benefits of knotless box braids. But again, I'm going to show you all how to do it. Now, with the second method of adding in the hair, it's the normal way or typical way most people do it, by adding hair immediately when you start the braid. Now, the only thing I will say to that is make sure your pieces that you are adding at the very beginning of the braid are not too big. If not, you basically create a knot, which you're not trying to, because these are knotless box braids. So once again, if you are that person that makes all your pieces the same size, make sure you are splitting your hair in the beginning and putting small pieces at the beginning of the braid. So again, it gradually goes into the box braid and looks like it is growing out of your client's scalp. Another thing, while I'm braiding, if you can tell, I am keeping my fingers in the braid against her scalp. That way it's mimicking as if I was French braiding. Also, so that I won't pull or grip the strands too tight, because if you do it too tight, it will cause disformity in the braid, and you don't want that. You want your braid to be smooth, neat, clean, and all that. So again, do not grip or pull the braid too tight, because it will slip and cause imperfections in your braid. Another thing, your comb is your best friend. Use your comb or a brush to smooth out the hair. That is what gets a neat braid. A lot of people asked that question in my last video, which I will link it up above. That is how I get my braids so neat, so perfect. I make sure the hair stays neat, and if I need to use a comb or brush, I do so. again, start off by splitting your first piece of hair. You do not want your first two pieces to be too big. Throw them over your arm. That is the best way that I, pull my first two, just so I know which ones they are. And if one is bigger than the other, I say put the smallest one up front. That way that is the first one that you grab. And let's braid and add in the hair. Now, depending on the thickness of the part or the amount of hair I had, that just made me decide if I did method 1 or if I did method 2. It was imperative to me that I switch between those methods because everyone's hair is different and different parts of the hair is different. So like her front area was a little bit thinner than her middle area. Of course, the middle area was thicker. So it just depends on how big the braids are, how large you want the braids, how large you want the parts. It depends on the texture of the person's hair, depending on if they have 4B hair, 4C. It just takes a certain eye to kind of eyeball it. But if you're a braider, if you're learning how to braid, keep practicing and you will learn how to eyeball and work with different people's hair, their hair texture, their density, and all of that. Trust me, just keep practicing and watch this video. Now, here's why I do not make all of my pieces the same size. I know some stylists or some braiders, say, get a braiding rack, put all your pieces the same size on there. It's easier, it's faster. To me, that is not the case. So, for example, with this braid, I added the hair, of course. Now, once I add this piece, I believe let me see. Look, y'all, we're going to wait together. Yes, so I thought the braid was at the thickness that I wanted, and I found out that it wasn't. So what I do is I reposition my fingers like so, because that's the easiest way to feed in the hair, and I take a small piece, as you see, and I feed it in. That is why I do not make all my pieces of hair the same size, because I want the hair to continue to flow as if it's a normal box braid, and I don't want it to look extra bulky just because I'm adding in extra hair. So again, make some of your pieces, regular size, but make a few of them smaller. That way you're prepared and you don't have to split them while you're trying to hold the braid. And then we're going to continue doing both of these methods throughout her hair. Next, you want to clean your braids up by clipping any of the stray hairs from the weave, not your client's hair. So make sure your tuck game is pretty tight. If you guys would like me to do a how to tuck, you know, your client's natural hair tutorial, definitely comment down below and let me know. Y'all hear them boys? But let me know and I will do a video for you all. But these next couple clips is going to be me trimming the extra hair, dipping the hair, and adding or applying the mousse. I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it was very educational. I did read a lot of commenting on the last braiding tutorial I gave and how it wasn't, you know, that detailed. So I do apologize about that. You know, I'm just learning from my experience. So again, dip your client's hair, apply the mousse, and you have knotless box braids. Let me know how I did down below. I would love to hear your input. Let me know if I can do better, any other tips and tricks you guys may have, and I will see you all in my next tutorial. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. Share this video with family and friends on all your social medias and tag me in it. I love you all and have a blessed and productive day. Thank you.